Okay, welcome back. So we've covered a lot. We've gone through the basics of C++ for introduction to programming. But what I just wanted to do is I just wanted to create, a simple program that will incorporate our functions and also loops because it's not about you learning functions. It's not about you learning loops. It's not about you learning arrays. It's about you knowing how to practically apply these different instruments that you've just learned to solve a particular problem because that's what at the end of the day you are learning these things for. They are just tools that help you accomplish a particular task. So what I just want to do today is I want us to create a simple program. It's a really simple program. The only thing that it does is there is a particular installment, right? There's an installment and then there's an amount that you have to pay monthly. So what the program does is it determines exactly how many installments would you have to make, right? That's it. So for example, if you have to pay $500 each and every month, so that's the installment that you have to pay, and your current balance is say 50,000, so then it'll basically calculate and determine exactly how many installments would you have to make, if the amount that you have to deduct is 500 rand from the account each and every month. So it's a simple program on the face of it. It's a simple program, but I will incorporate of a lot of things that we've talked about into the program so that you can see how these different methods essentially coincide with one another to create one simple program. So what we're essentially just going to do is we're firstly going to have to get the installment amount or the amount that we're going to be deducting each and every month. So we need to get the installment amount. So double installment underscore installment amount, and we're just going to make that equals to 500. So the installment amount is the global variable, and the reason why I declared it as a global variable is because we need to use this installment amount throughout our entire code, right? It's not necessary that you make it a global variable, but for what we're trying to accomplish, it's something that is static. It's not going to change. So it's more advisable that you make it a global variable. Now, if you like, you can make it into a constant variable. You can make it into a constant variable, but that's not what I'm going to do today because that's not really the center of attention or the focus. So we've just created an install amount variable, and that's a global variable. And then I'm going to create a function, right? Get balance. So the function get balance, right? So we're gonna go down here, double get balance. So we're going to have double balance. Okay, and then return balance. All right, so we have a double get balance, and then we're gonna go down here to our main function and actually declare this this function. All right, and we're also going to be declaring int count. I will explain why exactly am I declaring the count variable. So once we've gotten those two variables, we can then go down here and essentially start by asking the user to enter in the current balance that they essentially have in their bank accounts. Enter in their current, and so we're going to then cin balance, right? So I just want to go over something real quickly. So I went over with you guys uh, how to pass a value into a function, right? So you can pass a value into a function by reference. You can pass a value into a function as a value. So what we're doing here is we are passing this balance into this get balance function as a value, right? We are passing it in as a value. We're not passing it in by reference, but we are passing it in by value. So I just felt that it was necessary for me to sort of point that out to you guys. And so while the balance is greater than 0, it should do this. So we should basically we should say balance, right, is equals to balance minus this installment amount minus the installment amount, and then we're going to get balance balance. And then we're going to get balance, and then we're going to essentially just increment the count variable, right? Okay. So what I'm essentially doing here is I'm saying that while the balance is greater than 0, now why am I doing this? Well, you can think of it like this, right? So if you have, say, 50,000, or let's just say you have 100, right, $100 in your account, and you have to make a monthly installment of 10 rand, but you have 100 rands, right? So that means that you're going to be making 10 installments, right? You cannot make negative 15 installments. Your account balance cannot go below 0, right? So if your account balance is 0, it's 0. You cannot purchase anything. So it cannot go below 0, which is why I said that this balance has to be greater than 0. And so now I'm saying balance, whatever the previous value of the balance is, subtract the installment amount. So its balance is equals to whatever the balance value was minus the installment amount. So for the first example where we used the 100 rand and we're subtracting 10 rand, and we're obviously going to have 10 installments. So first you have $100. 100 rand is equals to 100 rand minus let's just say that the installment amount for the example that I'm trying to make is, say, 10. So we're going to have 100 is equals to 100 minus 10, right? And then when it loops again, because balance is now equals to 90, we've subtracted 10 from 100, it's now going to be 90 is equals to 90 minus 10, and then it's going to be 80. So now 80 is equals to 80 minus, and so whilst we're doing that, we're now sort of incrementing the count variable to count exactly how many times will this entire thing loop for. And then we'll say cout, you have installments to pay, right? Yeah, so let's just go down here, and so yeah, that's basically our function. And so yeah, so that's what our program. Okay, get balance. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was a typo. Okay, no, sorry, let's not make it 10. It was 500, right? It was 500. Okay, so now you can say, maybe say 53,000. Oh, 53,000. You have 106 installments to pay. Okay, so we can run this again just to check with different values. Let's just say that it's 29. You have 6 installments to pay. Okay, so that's our program, and that's what our program essentially does.